Bonjour, mon nom est Stéphanie Tremblay, je suis doctorante au laboratoire d'imagerie du cerveau du département de physique de l'Université Concordia. You probably always thought of exercising as something that's good for your heart and good for your body, but you should know that these benefits also extend to the health of your brain. We tend to consider the brain as a separate organ, unaffected by the rest of our body. But actually, healthy blood vessels and a healthy heart are crucial for brain health. And that's because our brain doesn't store energy the way that muscles do. So it needs a constant blood supply to get enough oxygen and enough energy. So to study the link between the heart and the brain, I look at images of the brains of cardiovascular patients using a technique called magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. In my research, I evaluate the health of white matter, which is the connections between different brain regions. The fiber pathways that form white matter are a bit like the highways that link different cities to each other, while we can think of gray matter as the urban areas where we have smaller connections or smaller roads that link the buildings or the houses, which would be the neurons in this example. These white matter pathways are crucial for the brain to function properly since they allow neurons to communicate. If these connections become damaged, several brain functions can be affected, such as motor or cognitive functions. These functions affect capacity to acquire knowledge, remember information, or focus our attention on specific tasks. So to better understand this phenomenon, we are evaluating 50 patients with cardiovascular disease and 50 healthy controls, taking images of their brains using MRI, and also using a battery of tests to evaluate their cognition. The project is conducted by a multidisciplinary team at the Montreal Heart Institute. We evaluate people who don't have any neurological disease but who are more at risk because of their cardiovascular condition. This allows us to focus on the early stage of abnormality in the brain before irreversible damage or before disease occurs. By focusing on this early stage, our research could allow earlier intervention, which would likely be a lot more effective. Our research can also allow us to identify targets for intervention so that better prevention strategies and better treatments can be designed and implemented in the future. Jusqu'à présent, avec les données que nous avons recueillies, nous voyons qu'il y a des anomalies détectables chez les patients cardiovasculaires, plus précisément dans l'organisation des fibres de matière blanche. Donc j'espère que je vous ai maintenant convaincu qu'il y a un lien important entre le cœur et le cerveau et que la recherche dans ce domaine-là est importante si nous voulons prévenir les troubles neurologiques et les problèmes de santé mentale. Et ça pourrait avoir un impact très important pour les patients, leurs familles et leurs soignants. Merci pour votre attention.